Hi, this is Ray Milazzo, the Chiropractic Wellness Center, and we're talking to you about decompressing bulging discs. And I want to show you the difference between the different types of discs that can go awry. Here we see is a nice cross section of your disc. You see the thick outer part, and it's got that soft nuclear layer. You want to make sure that that stays intact. It's almost like having a tire in between for your car. It kind of supports everything as it stacks up between your vertebrae. And here we see the classic example. Some of that nucleus material is leaking out and coming into where it shouldn't be. So this is a herniated disc, and there's so many different levels of herniated discs, and most can be successfully rehabilitated without surgery. There's the herniated disc from degeneration, which is just like a little bit of a drying of the discs, and that means we need to hydrate that disc, a lot of decompression, a lot of exercise to stretch that. By far the most common herniated discs we see are just bulges, a little bit of a bubble there appearing on the tire, and that just needs to be gotten back into proper position by decompression and putting things back into place through chiropractic adjustments, adjusting those spinal bones. So these are about 95% of all herniated discs. These can be very debilitating though, and they can take you out of the game for a while. Once your disc starts leaving the material, it starts moving outside the boundaries. We call that an extrusion or a sequestration, even worse. These get into very serious realms. We only see these a handful of times in my 40 plus career as a chiropractor, but sometimes you'll see neurological symptoms to give you a clue that this is happening. It could be a drop foot, could be bowel problems, so that's very serious, and surgery may be required in those cases. Best thing to do is to get your spine checked early and often so that it stays a healthy shape so none of this happens. But if it does happen, we're here to help you work through that rehabilitation process. So that's our story today on bulging discs. Next time we're going to talk to you about subluxations, how subluxations cause those bulging discs.